Look at Bowser, he's sleeping because I'm sitting here recording Super Paper Mario right now. It's funny, I have a vlog where I actually played this, and now I'm actually doing it as an LP. You can see I just finished chapter 3. Got the third pure heart, and the sky's going crazy, and there's the microphone right there. There's my computer, there's my Wiimote that I'm using, Skyward Sword. There's my OBS. And here's my drinks. I'm gonna bring these with me, and I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna make some macaroni and cheese. I was trying to think of like what I wanted to do while vlogging, because I wanted to make a vlog today. And there's Okami. And so, you know, this might be a good time as any to just go ahead and, oh, I know I'm forgetting something. I don't know what it is. I'm forgetting something. Oh, how am I gonna get down these stairs with 2 cups and my phone in my hand, just very carefully? That's how we're gonna do it. Hey, maybe we'll see Sonny and Chester down here. I get to feed them, actually. So maybe I'll do that on the video. Hey, there's Chester. Oh, wait, no, that's Sonny. How you doing, Sonny? Wait, let's throw him. They've been very quiet, actually, because Emil is at too many games right now. And so I'm like here by, oh boy, I'm glad I didn't step on you there just now. Yeah, he's at too many games, so I'm kind of just watching over them while he's away. So that's good. Let's see, we got the spider. Oh man, I love this thing. We just, can I like, no, I can't do that in the middle of recording, can I? It's like, oh my God, it feels so good. Oh, man, I can't tell you how good that feels. It should be illegal, I tell you. Hey, kitty, where's the other one? Where's the other cat? It's getting a little dark outside, but it's like 8:30 p.m. I can't believe it's this dark at 8:30. Hey, what's up, Chester? You want to say hello? Yeah. I'm so glad he did that. Let's do it for the content, baby. Yeah, I'm not sure, how am I going to set this up? Like, where am I going to... Okay, it was as simple as just reversing it in between recording. So yes, I'm recording myself, man. Oh my God, this is a glove. All right, I gotta feed the cats. So in the meantime, oh shit, you know what? I left the pan upstairs, man. I left the pan upstairs. I was gonna make macaroni and cheese, man. What am I looking at? I'm not looking at the cameras anyway. Oh, should I go get it or should I just make it in the big pan? If I make it in the big pan, that's harder to clean, man. You know what? I might go get it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave you running and I'm gonna go get it. Yes. Okay. Well, we got our pan here. Yay. I don't know if you can hear me all the way back there. I'm sure you can. So, just gonna fill this thing up with water. Still got my mud packs here. These things right here, they're like the ice packs that come with the food boxes that we get in. And I would normally take them outside, but I decided yesterday to just leave them inside because they were still icy and they would help the AC out with keeping the house cold if I left them in here. Like, no sense in wasting perfectly good cold. So I decided to do that. Okay, here's a Frank Sinatra. There. One of my favorite types of pictures I used to take. So let me just grab the... I think I hear a car beeping outside. I'm not sure if that's what I hear. But yeah, so the other day I was at Kroger, and I haven't had this stuff in like 6 months. So I got like Kroger brand deluxe macaroni and cheese. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the YouTube thumbnail, baby. But anyway, let me see, baby. And then you just got that wonderful, sweet pack of cheese. I'm sorry if I'm making you hungry. I'm making myself hungry. Man, I tell you. Yeah, so like I told myself I just wanted to make a vlog today because I made like a little list of stuff I need to do. Make vlog 10 thoughts. Oh man, not the 10 thoughts thing. So yeah, I've been a little torn on what I want to do for, you know, the other channel, the Bimothy Tishop channel, because I've had this idea for, I guess, the last 2 months or so of doing a video of like 12 random recurring thoughts, or I think it's like up to 15 now, but I think there's a couple I might take out just because they're not really necessary or whatever, or they're not that interesting. So I haven't really decided which ones are going up yet. And I did record like a take of it, of the commentary already, and I edited it, but I just haven't wanted to get in and like work on the video side of it, so I haven't really got anything done on it. You would think over the course of 2 months, though, you know, that I would, but I guess I don't know. The thing is that at some point, I came to possess the game 100 Line via a mistake, which was kind of cool. And 100 Line Last Defense Academy, it's like basically it's like Danganronpa, but it's not Genronpa, as they call it. So I started playing that, and I started getting interested in it. But it's like a super long game. It's got like 100 endings. And I got all 100 of them eventually, but it took me like over 160 hours to do it. And I'm a super fast reader. So, but yeah. So I did get them all. And once I finished that game, then I was able to get back to Fantasy Life, the other game that I was trying to play at the same time. But I didn't want to play both of them at the same time, because if I did that, I would lose interest in one and never go back to it. And that's how I never finish games like Hollow Knight and all this other stuff, because there's always like some second game in there that gets in the way, or that I like more, you know, and then it takes my interest away from it. It's the same thing with Ori. I never finished Ori either. Ori and the Blind Forest, and now there's a sequel to that, and I'm just like, man, I tell you what, man, and just, oh my god. And I walked on the treadmill for like a half hour earlier because I wanted to just get my energy up for Super Paper Mario, and I wanted to be good and energetic for that. And I'm energetic now, and it's like, I don't know why. Just all this nervous energy coming out, man. I just don't do vlogs enough these days, I tell you. Ugh, that stupid fill-in, that drum fill-in on Oh George by the Foo Fighters. I'm telling you, I always do that. Been doing it on my tapes since like the 90s, literally. Like, you would think I'd find a new drum beat that I liked better, but I guess I haven't. So let's see what kind of ditty we have here that we can put in the sink. I got a plate and 2 spoons, basically, is all. But yeah, so like now that I'm done with 100 Line, I feel like maybe now I've mostly been filling in the time with Fantasy Life, more or less catching up on it, because I haven't been playing it all this time, because I'm trying to finish 100 Line first. So yeah, and Fantasy Life is really fun. I'm really enjoying it. The funny thing is, like, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years I've been telling people that like my dream LP was Fantasy Life, the first one. And when they started talking about a second one, I was like, okay, that's cool, but it's never going to be as good as the first one, you know? It's not going to be the same. And, you know, by the look of the trailers and everything I heard about it, it sounded like it was going to be more focused on story or whatever. And so at this point, I couldn't even tell you if it actually is. It definitely seems like the story is more interesting in this one than it was in the first one. And one of my biggest issues with the first one was just the idea that there's so much text in that game. And like, if I was gonna LP it, I would be more interested in making, like, doing it in a walkthrough format, not so much sitting around reading dialogue. But some of those scenes, if I was reading the dialogue, would go on for like 20 minutes. So then I had this idea, well, what if I just labeled in the title if this was gonna be a, you know, like a video about the gameplay or a video about the story? I would literally have to separate the two. Kitty, you okay? Oh no, he's trying to, oh no. Oh, bless your heart, are you okay? Oh, he's embarrassed. He wants you to do it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave him alone. I think he's embarrassed. He's hawking up a hairball or something. Oh man, poor guy. Maybe he ate his food too fast? I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, Chester's looking in on him like, are you okay? Sorry, I'm listening. They're paying so much attention to them, but they're really sweet though. They've been very quiet. Because like, I thought they were going to be like more vocal about, you know, missing a meal while he's gone, but no, they've been good, nice and quiet. Just been feeding them. Well, I guess it's about time for me to pour well, I don't know, the water's not boiling yet, but it's going to in a few minutes here, so I think it's about time to grab can I do like Saffron and Super Paper Mario and just be like, you know, that's so cool. All right, let's go. Oh, what in the world was going on the stove there just now? I don't know. Man, I tell you. Yeah, so like I was saying, Fantasy Life was like my dream LP, and now Fantasy Life I has actually come out, and I've been playing it, and I did not expect this to happen, but I think I actually like it better than the first one. And the odds of that I would have taken to be like 1%. For that to actually happen. And it did. And now, I'm like, okay, well, I guess, like, if I was going to LP either one, I'm definitely going to LP the new one now. But now the idea of it being my dream LP is not much of a thing anymore. So the cat's trying to like rub himself on my gym shoes. I would show it, but then I'd have to turn the camera around again. I don't know if I can do that while it's recording, because that'd be really cool if I could. I keep looking like slightly to the side, like Sean Colvin in the video to You and the Mona Lisa. Like, what the fuck? What did he just say? Man, you better. So while all this chaos is going on, me playing 100 line and Fantasy Life at the same time, then eventually doing all 100 line just to get it out of the way, along comes Mario Kart 9 and the Switch 2 in general. So now that game is in the mix. I'm trying to kind of work that in, play that a little bit here and there. But there's a lot going on with that game lately, so I don't know. Like, it's still fun and I'll probably still play it, but man, a lot of people are not happy about what they call the intermission boards, like the boards where you're going from one track to another. And apparently when you're playing online now, I guess, there's like this thing where people pick random when they're playing online because that's the only way that they're guaranteed to get a track, an actual track that you're doing 3 laps around, instead of these straightaways that just go on forever in between tracks. But now Nintendo fixed it so that if you do pick random, you're more likely to get one of those intermission straightaways or whatever, and people are really mad about that. I barely noticed the difference, if I'm being honest. Like, when I picked a track, I was like, okay, I'll just pick a track, and then I'll just drive whatever it is. But I never really, I don't know, I guess noticed. I guess I haven't played enough to really notice that there was like a problem with the tracks being mostly a straightaway or whatever. So I probably would notice that if I played more. Just haven't played much online. Either way, though, tell you what, though. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of people are pretty hyped for DK Bonanza. I'm not too terribly hyped about it. I guess because I'm not that much of a DK person, and obviously I have stories of DK64 and remembering what a shit show that was. I mean, it was a good game. Maybe it was more so me like projecting my own insecurities onto the game or something like that. I don't know. But like, are they going to have mini games where you have to play the old ones again or something? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that bad. It strikes me as more like a Banjo-Kazooie sort of game where you just get bananas, and that's basically what DK64 was too, I guess. But but I'm not seeing like 5 different Kongs or like a big character select screen or something. Like, I see that Pauline is in it, so there's that. But like, what does that mean exactly? I mean, is she Kazooie to his Banjo, or is she even like in it at all, or I don't know. But it's like, I'm surprised people aren't like talking more about, wait a minute, in the 80s, it's like he was the bad guy, he kidnapped Pauline and then you had to go save her. And now they're trying to say, oh, well, maybe he had benevolent intentions all along. I haven't been doing much with the Perlers lately. And to be honest, the reason for it is so stupid. The reason for it is because of the Tower, the mobile game that I play on my phone. If it's not active on my phone, then I'm not making progress on it. I'm not making progress on it now because I'm recording this, but I thought it was worth the sacrifice. But like, when I'm making Perlers, I need like a guide or something, like a template to follow. So normally I would use my phone, to look at the, to see where to put the little Perlers. And now, like, if I'm playing the Tower, I can't really do that. So the only other option is either, number one, bring my laptop down here and use that, but then that means I have to be carrying it up and down the stairs, or number two is print out models on paper, and use the models on the paper as templates. There's probably like books and stuff that have like models that you could, use or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there's something like that I can find out there. Something like that. Something like that. How many times can you say something like that? Should I use the spider again? Maybe that will entice my brain into coming up with something to talk about. This is my Stardew Valley shirt, by the way. Oh my god, that feels so good! God, why does that feel so good? That's not supposed to feel that good, man. Okay, so I guess as long as I'm talking about stuff, I might as well talk about this. I have another doctor visit on July 2nd. So here's the thing. Last time I went to the doctor back in February, she told me everything was good, and she adjusted my medication. Actually, she moved it down a little bit because apparently I was doing too good, I guess. So I'm at like 138 milligrams or something right now. It started at 125, and then she moved me to 150, and that was too much. So now I'm at 138. So anyway, but she told me at the end of that last visit that she wanted to do more labs. which I assume, because I don't know anything about doctors or medical procedures or any of that. So I assume the lab is like when you go in, you get blood drawn. That's always what they do on the first week, and then I come back a week later and they tell me what the results are, and she adjusts my prescription accordingly or whatever. But up until now, I guess I assume that the labs have only just been checking out my thyroid stuff. But she wanted to set up more labs to do, which I assume means they just take the same blood that they always did, which they did last Wednesday, and just like look for more things, they could be wrong. So they're doing that this week. So when I go in on July 2nd, there might be a bunch of stuff that we haven't been checking out all this time that we're just now checking out. So I'm going to find out I have a bunch of cholesterol or something like that. I don't know. It's probably not going to be as bad as I think, because I have been eating properly for at least 4 years now. I've still been kind of snacking and shit, probably more than I should, and drinking coffee and shit more than I should. But still though, and I've been working out too, so there's that too. So I don't think it's probably as bad as I'm worried that it's going to be, but you just never know, until I'm worried about that. Anyway, that's coming up on the 2nd. I got to go in there and see what the results are and, weigh myself, get my blood pressure. I mean, last time in February when they took my blood pressure, I was literally 120/80. They told me I was 120/80, and I'm like, really? Or was it 120/82 maybe, or something like that? Or 120/79 maybe it was? It was really close. And I was just like, damn, dude, that's awesome. So I don't know if I got lucky or if the machine malfunctioned, because I don't know how I could be like perfect, but I guess maybe. I don't know. Better get down from the counter. Oh, there you go. That's right. Yeah, you get down from that counter. You can't be standing up there. You silly. Oh, and the other thing she told me was something like that she's going to set me up with to get a colonoscopy. That's the part that I really dread. Because, okay, so like I'm 49. I've never had a colonoscopy before. I know you're supposed to start getting them at 40. I mean, I hate the thought that I'm going to have to start doing this every year though, because here's the thing about it. Apparently, and I don't know if it's still the same now, but apparently like when you get one, you're supposed to like not eat for 2 days before you get it. And I'm like, really? Not eat for 2 days? I've never even gone half a day without eating before. Never mind like taking all this, laxative, because I suppose then you gotta take laxatives to like clean yourself out and all that shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, do I really want to do that? But it's like, I probably should, because both of my parents died of colon cancer, so it only makes sense. I better start getting checked out now. I mean, I guess, and this is not good news or anything, but I guess one reason that maybe not to worry so much is that neither of my parents got checked until after 60. So if they had gotten checked out sooner, they probably could have caught it and stopped it. So the fact that I'm getting checked at 49 is probably a good thing. But it's like, I hate that I even have to think about things like this. I just can't believe that I'm at that point now, because I sure don't feel like I am in my head. I don't feel like I ever got my chance to grow up. And you can tell half the time by the way I act that I haven't. I mean, I have physically, and I understand the world, or sometimes I kind of understand it, but there are times when I feel so unprepared, especially socially, and just like, Well, stuff is just about done boiling, I think. I'm probably ready to turn the oven off at this point. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer though. I don't know, it feels like there's not enough water in there for how unboiled they are. I might get some more water and just put it in there. Yeah, I was drinking out of this glass and now I'm pouring this water in there. Yeah, if anybody else was eating it besides me, I totally wouldn't do that. But, oh well. I hear paws scraping. What's going on over there? You guys okay? Yeah, man. I don't know. So I don't know when the colonoscopy is going to be. I might go in there and she says, like, we'll do it in 2 months or something. Even then, that's September. It's still going to be 90 degrees then. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the fish on, man. I was going to put fish and macaroni and cheese, man. There was no greater combination of food in this world than fish and macaroni and cheese, baby. Let me tell you. So I got these crispy, battered fillets. I am not supposed to be eating shit like this, especially a week before I go back to the doctor. I mean, they already drew the blood, so the worst that's going to happen is I'm going to weigh a little more, but they're not going to be able to tell that I've been eating fish. Besides, fish is kind of good for you sometimes. I mean, not this kind of fish, but like, you know, mahi and shit like that. I don't know. If it's not in English, it's probably good for you. Put it that way. I'm trying to think of what else. Well, I was talking about that 10 thoughts thing, like what's next on Timothy Tisha. I do occasionally like think of an idea, and I really should be writing them down. Just ideas for like top 10 lists. People have been suggesting them to me too. I was thinking, I don't know. When I say top 10, I don't necessarily mean top 10. It could be top 15, it could be top 20, and it probably wouldn't even be like a top list. I would call it 20 awesome whatever. You know, rather than making a top 10 list where you put all this pressure on the number one to be really good, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to raise expectations if I haven't made that obvious enough already. Don't want to raise expectations. So just call it 20 of this or 20 of that. Nobody really cares anyway. But, so like I say, 20 awesome pets in video games, although that's kind of surprisingly, I'm not thinking of a lot. There's like Interceptor, obviously. There's like Renoa's dog in Final Fantasy VIII, Angelo. The thing is that most of the time, the animal is like the main character of the story. Like, I wouldn't consider the cat in Stray, for example, to be a video game pet. It is a pet, but it has to be somebody's pet for it to be a video game pet. It can't just be an animal by themselves, like Conquer or whatever, you know? It can't be like that. I'm sure it wouldn't take that long to think of it, but then it's like, well, what actually constitutes a pet? Would Tippy in Super Paper Mario be a pet because she's an animal and she follows Mario around? Is that, you know, does that mean she's a pet? I don't know. Because then there's all the other ones, so are they all pets? Like, I don't know. I guess that could count, but I'm not sure. You know, there's like too many of these situations that I like run into where it's like, well, does that really matter? The other one that I've been thinking about for a lot longer was like 10 moments when somebody realizes something in a video game. It sounds so lame, but like sometimes those are the best moments when a character discovers something and like their reaction to it, and it just completely changes their world. It turns their world upside down. Nothing is ever the same again after that moment. Those moments are exciting, but also like how often is that moment just simply a moment of realization? It's just something that the character didn't know, and maybe the audience did know it, I don't know. Like, for example, what Titus finds out about in the middle of Final Fantasy X about Yuna and her journey. You know, he makes that discovery, that moment of realization, and his reaction to it is crazy. And like, I can't say I would react much differently, but I'm just like, so that would have been one of them. And I'm not going to say what the others are because I have a very specific one in mind. That would have been number one if it was a top 10 list, but again, do we really want to make it a top 10 list? I don't know. I think that's about done. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the oven there. But I waited too long to put the fish in, so now I'm going to have to wait an additional 15 minutes, and I'm leaning on the counter. It's my face, man. Oh, why do I do this? Why am I so weird? So yeah. So but I keep like switching from one subject to the other because I'm never finishing my thoughts on any specific subject. Like the colonoscopy, obviously I'll deal with it. It's a thing. Like you have to look at it in terms of challenge accepted. Like if I go in there and I just like say, maybe it's not 48 hours anymore. Maybe it's 36 hours or something. And if it's like 2 days without eating, I would almost rather it be start at 3 p.m. one day and don't eat the rest of that day. And then you have a full day of eating nothing. And then you have a day where you go in and you get the procedure at 3 p.m. that day. That would be more like 3 days without eating, but really it wouldn't, because you would only have 1 day where you didn't eat for the entire day. But, you know, having a day where you don't eat after 3 p.m., that's not that big a deal. Like, I could deal with that. And then I'd only have to deal with the 1 day. And then you would get to the second day, the day of the procedure, you would be able to eat at 3 p.m. that day, so that wouldn't be a full day either. So it would really be only like 1 day of not eating. But it would still suck, but I think that would be easier than, well, that's the thing though. If it is 48 hours, that's probably how it would be. Because you're not going to go in and get the procedure at midnight, right? Maybe I misheard and it's not actually 48 hours. I don't know, maybe it's 72. It could be worse. I mean, you always hear about these people fasting though, like intermittent fasting and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know how people do that really. Like I said, I've never gone half a day without food, let alone a whole day. There probably have been occasions where I went to half a day without food and I just don't remember because I didn't think about it or because it wasn't a big deal. And it's not a big deal if you know you get to eat the next morning, you know, then you don't care. But it's not the present that hurts, it's the future. It's the knowledge of future pain makes present pain worse. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this with the... We got this really cool looking like strainer here. I love the color of this thing. I don't know where we got it, but it's really awesome. So, put that in the sink, pour the macaroni in there, and oh my god, it looks so good. Can't wait to sink my teeth. Man, I tell you. Alright, gonna stuff that back in there. I don't know, man, it's starch. Starch is not good. It's like carbohydrates, man. Gotta watch the carbs. Not necessarily the fat that's the problem, it's the carbs, man. And everywhere you look, you see the carbs. That's what I'm concerned about a little bit, though, with all the extra labs, is like they're gonna see my cholesterol levels and stuff, and you know, and then we're gonna have to start changing our lifestyle, and we're gonna have to start giving up pleasures, and I've been dreading this my entire life. The day I had to start giving up pleasures. What am I, just a total hedonistic bastard or whatever? Is that even what hedonistic means, though? I'm not sure. You know, I've always been the kind of person that just like says to hell with the consequences, just live it up. Live like there's no tomorrow. While at the same time totally acknowledging that that expression is kind of bullshit. But like I said, sometimes you know, you can let yourself go a little bit once in a while. You know, it doesn't mean giving stuff up entirely. You can still allow yourself the occasional fuck. You know what I mean? You can still allow yourself the occasional fuck. Man, I just love using that F word in ways like that. Ways where you're just least expecting it, and then it's really funny. Oh my god, this stuff looks so good, man. Oh, I can't take it. I can't take how good this looks. Yeah. And the thing of it is, too, like, when you really enjoy something, the less you have it, the more you enjoy it when you do get it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not so bad. It's just the thought of drinking water all day just sounds boring as fuck, man. Fucking water, man. Like, it's not that it's bad, especially when you're thirsty, it's actually really good. But when you're just drowning in it to the point that your mouth feels dry because there's nothing in there besides just it feels like your mouth has been power washed. You know, you get that point where you drink so much water that your mouth feels like it's been power washed, like there's nothing in there. None of the essential creaminess, none of the essential bacteria or whatever it is, I don't know. Ah, that's good. How long have I been recording, man? I've been going way too long. Wait, it says it right there. I can't read that without my glasses. I think it says 33 minutes. Yeah, so here's a thing I got at the movies when we went and saw Karate Kid Legends. Looks pretty cool. Karate Kid Legends, there it is. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. I was kind of underwhelmed by it, to be honest. I don't know. It's like the trailers, you know, it's like they say, oh, hey, Ralph Macchio is in there in this movie. And you're like, in the movie, he doesn't actually show up till like an hour into it. He's barely in the movie at all. It almost feels like a cameo. Yeah, we've seen a lot of movies this year. We went and saw one called Drop. It's like this one about a lady who goes to a party and she gets a message on her phone saying like, you have to kill your date. And if you don't, your son is gonna die. And she's got this live feed of her house and everything. And we saw Elio, which I thought was actually pretty good. The trailers made it look totally stupid, but it was actually, I thought it was pretty good. I don't think the trailers did that movie justice. But I also think that sometimes trailers give away too much, so like where's the happy medium there? I don't know, but I was pleasantly surprised by that movie. I'm also surprised how many people don't get that Elio is like a take on Elliot from E.T. It's a kid making friends with aliens. I don't know, I guess E.T. is kind of like almost a 50-year-old movie at this point, so you couldn't really expect that everybody's really seen it. So, yeah, I suppose there's that. Makes sense. I mean, there's half of the movies from the 50s I haven't seen. Stuff like Casablanca or Casablanca, whatever. Well, it's finally getting dark outside. I have to decide what to do with the rest of today. I could edit this vlog, I could work on the 10 recurring thoughts video. What other ideas did I have for like Bimothy Tishop? I gotta come up with some stuff, really. It can't just be all top 10, top 20 lists. There's gotta be like a, you know. Well, okay, I remember another thing I was gonna do was like rank all the Lost episodes. Do like a Lost episode tier list. That would be fun. because I know a lot about Lost. Like, I know my shit when it comes to Lost. And I can tell you just about everything about any episode in that series. And I already know where some of the episodes would go, and I already know some episodes that I think are overrated. I did something kind of weird today. All those songs that I've written, I changed the titles of them. Because before they said like 11 a.m., just 11 a.m. And I changed it so it says like 11 space A period M period. And I think that actually looks better than just, you know, without the periods. It looks better with them. So I went through and changed all the titles. So now when 8 a.m. goes up, which is going up tomorrow for me, it'll actually look like a time rather than just a random series of numbers and letters. So that's kind of cool. I'm pretty proud of this song, actually. So I should probably start eating this before it gets cold. And I stand here talking, man, I tell you. Yeah, but like, you know, I could do essays about loss. I could do, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my thoughts are so scattered. And I always have like a little bit of stuff to say about some very oddly specific thing. And so that's why a video like 12 random thoughts that keep recurring, or I seriously don't know what I'm going to call this video. I want to call it something that doesn't sound totally lame. Like, I don't just want to call it 12 random thoughts that I sometimes have. Or like I was talking about calling it intrusive thoughts, but half of those thoughts aren't really intrusive. They're not something that somebody would consider to be intrusive. Just thoughts I've had over the years. But, you know, maybe I've had them repeatedly, but I don't think that makes them intrusive. So I don't know if I want to call them intrusive thoughts. Recurring might work, but again, that also sounds like totally lame. Like, I wouldn't click on a video called 12 recurring thoughts that I sometimes have, because who the hell is that person, you know? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good for people who already know me, which I suppose is the point. Still though. Yeah, I gotta take these mud packs out. I gotta apply my mud packs like Frank saw it, you know? But anyway, I just keep stirring this stuff. I should take a bite of it on camera. You know, just totally alley cat this shit. Ah. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, that's really good. I didn't add any salt to that. You know what? It's actually pretty good without salt. Okay, so here's the first thing I think after saying that, after realizing that. I think good because sodium is the silent killer according to some episode of Cobra Kai. That's what I think. I might put a little bit in there though. Just a little bit, just a sprinkle. You know, doesn't have to be a lot. Right there, that's good. Yeah, that was brilliant. Just enough to kind of give it a tiny bit of tang. I find myself adding garlic powder to a lot of stuff lately instead of salt. Because it actually works. Like, you can put it on bread, you can put it in rice, you can put it in anything and it works. It's actually really good. All right, so let me try that. Here we go. All right, diarrhea, take 2. Ah. Ah. Okay, yeah, now that is the macaroni and cheese. Well, I tell you, so food's almost ready. I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And yeah, maybe we can try to do, okay, I'm not even gonna talk about trying to do this more often because I say that every single time and does it ever happen? No! Anyway, surprised I didn't scare the cat. Okay, here, let's take a look at the cat. Here's the cat, see? See the little boy, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, yeah. See? Yeah, see my phone? That's my phone. Yeah. And that's the blue vape box. Don't fall. Oh, he's gonna fall. Oh my god. Here he goes. Good job. And there's my news. Okay, bye.